What's up, y'all, and welcome back to Damien After Dark, where you're watching the official Baddies Africa after show, and you're only going to find it here on the Damien After Dark channel. Better late than never, right? And on this week's episode, we're going to be recapping Baddies Africa episode 3. So if you're here for it, baby, snuggle in, get your snacks, get your drinks, get your weed, and you better believe we're going to talk about it, okay? I'm so excited to have you here joining me. Before we begin, make sure you click that subscribe button so you don't miss a beat. Press that thumbs up button to support your boy, and like this video. It's free to do, and that is your way of supporting me, and it costs $0. All right? Get in the comment section below and join the conversation. Leave me all your thoughts and opinions on Baddies Africa episode 3. And last but not least, if you would like to support your boy to help me grow and sustain the Damien After Dark YouTube channel, in the description box below, down there will be some ways that you can tip your boy, okay? Using PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, Zelle. My Amazon wish list is also down there. Thank you guys so much for all your love and support. If anybody can give me a comment on what I can do to fix this glare. Do y'all see that glare up here? You see how my hand is moving up here? I don't know what's going on. I've been trying to figure out how to fix that, and I can't. If you haven't watched my Baddies Gone Wild recent upload for episode 2, I think it is, I shared how I've been gone for 2 weeks, obviously. Thank you guys for your support, your love, and your understanding, because when I travel, I've tried to, I have actually done these videos when I've traveled before. It's just hard to do because y'all know, if you're those of you who create YouTube content or any kind of content, you know, but for those that don't, it's very time consuming. Y'all might think it's just clicking record and go, but you know, you got to get ready for the video, you got to film it, you got to edit it, you got to upload it, and the uploading and the editing takes a while. So thank you guys for your patience. I truly appreciate it. As time goes by, I will get better at these things and more timely uploads. But I've talked about being in a long distance relationship, and when I'm gone for these weeks or 2 at a time, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to be with my man because we live in separate states. So I'm traveling back and forth to see him, hopefully moving in with him by the end of the summer. But yeah, that's where I've been. Thank you guys for your patience. And another thing, why I'm so dressed, y'all know, usually I'm not in a blazer and shit up here, even though I love to dress up. I mainly have this on because I didn't have the bandana on when I did this, but myself and the cast of Bro Chat, because you guys know I'm on another show called Bro Chat that's on Instagram and YouTube. That's BROUGH Chat. If you want more Damien, go check me out on Bro Chat. We presented at the Starlight Reality TV Awards. That's pretty cool, right? So I had to dress formal. This was my idea of formal minus the bandana. But yeah, so we presented at those awards. When I get more information on when that airs, I will let you guys know. But yeah, let's get into Baddies Africa episode 3, okay? Because we know last episode that we watched, when it ended, we saw the sneak peek for next week when Big Lex ran up on Scotty, right? Well, that's how this episode begins, because originally it was Tavi, whatever her name is. Tavi was fighting DTB. That was going on over here. Everybody's watching that, and then all of a sudden we see Big Lex with them long ass arms and legs run towards Scotty and I'ma do my stuff. Mop that ass up, okay? Okay, listen. I ain't gonna lie, Scotty needed it. Scotty's too comfortable. Scotty thinks she can't get touched. Scotty thinks because she allegedly spreads her legs for the boss that she's gonna get away with whatever she can get away with. Scotty loves to jump and do all this other punk pussy ass shit. So I think she needed it. And they loved, you know. So Big Lex tells Scotty, that's what you get for jumping in on Summer and on a Max situation last season. And Scotty says, but you jumped too. You jumped too. Yeah, she does jump too, Scotty, but she didn't start it until all y'all started doing it last season. Let's not forget how Big Lex made it a point that she was pissed that nobody was following the rules, which the rules were no jumping, no sneaking, all that. And then, come to find out, all the OGs, Jayla and all of them, they be jumping and sneaking. So Big Lex said, fuck it, all bets are off. If they gonna jump, I'm gonna jump too. I'm gonna sneak too. Now, I don't condone jumping. We've talked about that over there. I don't like the jumping. I don't like the sneaking. But sometimes, hey, sometimes I think you deserve it. I really do. And in that moment, I think Scotty did. She been sitting back 6, 7 seasons doing nothing but taking dick, allegedly. Like, we move on, sis. Move on. Okay? Now, Summer tries to sneak Scotty, too. Right after Big Lex. Now, Summer, girl, she tries to sneak Scotty. And then, all of a sudden, Scotty starts wilding out on Natalie. As always. Now, remember last week, I told y'all this. We talked about this. I said, why does it seem like Scotty always wilds out on Natalie when she don't get her way? Did we notice that? Remember, Scotty has this thing where she takes her anger out on Natalie when she's cornered. Like, she wants Natalie to put a cape on and be, you know, the chin, Captain Save-A-Chin. I don't get it. She says, Scotty says, you seen it and you didn't help. Girl, shut the fuck up and fight. Get in the motherfucking paint, Scotty. Always wanting Natalie to come save your battles. You can't just fuck on the boss. You can't just fuck on the boss. Lights, camera, action, baby. Now, Ivory is pissed that Summer just tried to jump in on this whole Big Lex versus Scotty situation. And Ivory starts walking towards Summer. She's like, I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of this shit, Summer. I'm tired of it. And baby, as I told y'all on the episode 2 recap, I have never seen a beatdown on Baddies the way I saw Ivory beat Summer's ass. Okay? Can we talk about it? And you could feel it. You could hear it in Ivory's chest. She said, I'm sick of you. That's what Ivory said. She said, I'm sick of you. And we see Ivory get Summer on the ground, and all you see is Summer's head turning left to right from the punches. I mean, blow to blow to blow. We saw Summer's face when she got up, lips swole, jaw swole, still talking shit. And she's still talking shit. Still talking shit. And listen, whoo, child, I ain't gonna lie. But Summer, you needed a good old ass whooping. You needed a good old ass whooping, Summer. Like, let's be real. Yeah, it's almost like a parent who has to whoop their child and tell their child to sit the fuck down. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean beat your child. I mean like a sit down, like a pop. That type of shit. It's almost like when a parent has to do that. Ivory was the parent in that moment, and Summer was the child. And the funny thing is that y'all notice how Natalie told Summer, chill out. And Summer said, I ain't doing anything else. I'm not doing nothing else. It took Ivory beating Summer's ass for her to say, I ain't doing nothing else. Now, Cold Killer. Again, what are you girls' names? I'm tired of these names. So, Cold Killer. What a name. What is your name, girl? What is your name? I'm tired of calling these girls these names. Anyway, Cold Killer. She tries to call out Damieon the Body about a song that Damieon the Body recorded that sounded awfully similar to hers, allegedly, according to Cold Killer. She claims that DTB stole her song, something along those lines. But to be honest, to me, it's giving. I've been a fan of Baddies for a while, and I'm just trying to make my way on this show. I'm trying to make my mark. It's giving. I don't want to be an Emma from last season. A lot of these girls are coming in, these new girls, and they're like, I don't want to be an Emma. I don't want to be a Yoshi from last season where I come in, I don't say nothing, I sit here the whole time, and then they send me home, and I'm called the boring one. Right? That's what I feel like Cold Killer is doing at this moment. And to be honest, if I was DTB, I wouldn't have given her the time of day. I wouldn't have, and like, unless it was like a real issue. Like, if you ain't got a real issue, you ain't getting camera time off me. You ain't getting camera time off me. Like, I don't want to. You think I stole your song, girl? Bye. Girl, gone. I ain't got time for that. I ain't know. Like Diamond said, who are you? I know who you are. I ain't never heard the song to steal it from you. So Cold Killer and DTB, they start scrapping. Now, did y'all notice how Cold Killer said that she shoved her toe up Diamond the Body's coochie? I'm like, is that a flex? Is that supposed to be like a... I don't know. Like, I'm like, is that supposed to be a flex? Or did you want to put your toe up her coochie? Did you want to put your toe up her Tootsie Cat or no? Tootsie Roll. Tootsie Roll. Now, Scotty is still pressed over Big Lex sneaking her, right? Rightfully so. I'd be pissed if somebody snuck me too. So, Scotty and Big Lex decide to run it again. They decide to fight again. And she says that she had no problem with the big three, which is Bad Dolly, Summer, and Big Lex. But Scotty says that they turned on her for Natalie, implying that Natalie put the girls up to going against Scotty. And I just don't agree with that. You did this to yourself, Scotty. When Anna Mac and Summer were arguing on Baddies Midwest last season, and Scotty, you decided to jump Summer when Anna and her were fighting, that's when you became a target for the big three. It has nothing to do with Natalie sicking them on you. Now listen, I could be wrong, and maybe Natalie has planted bugs in their ear. But I also feel like that they just don't like Scotty because how she moves. They don't like the flip-flopping behavior. They don't like the two-faced behavior. They don't like the little, oh, look at me. I'm the little cute Minnie Mouse, but I'm sleeping with the boss, and I don't have to do much to get by. Maybe that's what it is, Scotty. Maybe it has nothing to do with Natalie. Now, speaking of Natalie, she tells the girls that this season, there are no OGs. Everybody is equal. And I'm like, all right, I'm here for that, right? I am here for that. She says that here in Africa, they're there to embrace the culture, and she wants everyone to understand that they're here as a unit. Now, I'm interested to see how this is going to play out, because one thing we know about a lot of these girls, they got ego. And if you've done one season, if you've done one season of this show, these girls act like they've been done 30 seasons of the show. So I'm really glad that we're establishing none of this hierarchy bullshit. And I think that that's also Zeus and Natalie listening to the fans. Because have we not talked about that collectively here as a group, y'all? We've talked about it, you and I together, and fans online. We don't like the hierarchy. We don't like the house A, the house B. We don't like that the OGs are flying in private jets. Then y'all put the new girls in a motherfucking dusty Sprinter van. Like, no. Let's make it equal. Let's make this group a cohesive unit. So I'm here for that. Now, Anna gets brought up because someone says, where's Anna? And Natalie says that she had to let Anna go respectfully. And I never thought I'd see the day. I never thought I'd see the day where I didn't have to listen to Anna Mac and her yappy ass cocksucker. I am just so blessed and beyond thankful that I don't have to watch Anna whack the rest of this season. Now, look, I know a lot of y'all like Anna, okay? A lot of y'all like Anna. I've seen from the comments, there are a lot of Anna Mac fans. I think that she has grown on people over the seasons, but she ain't grown on me, okay? She ain't grown on me, and still ain't nothing I really care for about the girl, and I'm glad that she's gone. I'm glad that she's gone. I'm glad that I ain't got to deal with her. I'm glad we ain't got to deal with her throwing shit at people, sneaking people, jumping people, tag teaming people in to fight her battles for her. And here's the thing with Anna, I wouldn't mind her if she wasn't all mouth, but it's that mouth that gets me. She'll go to the gutter and say all these dark, disgusting things to try to get beneath your skin, and then when they try to fight her, it's like, oh, I can't, I'm on injured reserve, my jaw just got broke. Diamond, can you fight for me? Or, oh, let me take my shoe off and throw it at Rolly. Or, oh, let me come behind Summer and sneak her. Or, you know, it's all these things about Anna. I could go down for days on a list about Anna that I don't like. But she will be back next week to do her final scene. Next week's episode, I think, is her final episode to explain why she's leaving. And they're going to try to spin it to y'all. Anna's going to try to spin it that, you know, she's got to leave because, you know, she can't take the drama anymore. Or she's got something going on at home that she's got. None of these girls are turning down this opportunity where they are making more money than they've ever made in their lives, okay? None of these girls are turning this opportunity down, all right? Anna was given a pink slip. I don't think Natalie could work with her anymore, and I think she went to Lemon Pepper and said, it's either me or her. I can't do it anymore. And they sent Anna a packet. That's just my theory. I could be completely wrong. But listen, I think Anna has been on the chopping block for quite some time. Remember on Baddies Caribbean when she was on injured reserve? And I also think it has a lot to do with her and Lemon Pepper's relationship because allegedly, at one point, we know that Scotty and Anna were both fucking on Lemon Pepper at the same time. That's why they came on the show fighting together. That's why her jaw was allegedly broken by her boyfriend, allegedly. Everything that was going on with Lemon Pepper. Okay? Lemon Pepper ended up choosing Scotty. Now he ain't got no use for Anna no more. She's disposable. How do y'all feel about Anna no longer being on the show? Rolly also came out and announced in an Instagram live that she was quitting the show. I don't know if I believe it, but maybe I can get around to doing a video on that one. Now, let's talk about LCK. Didn't I tell y'all that LCK was going to be a little cray-cray? Didn't I tell y'all that? Apparently LCK told K Rican that she felt like she shouldn't be vaping in the house. Apparently K Rican was minding her business, vaping in the house. And LCK said, you know you shouldn't be doing that in the house. And that caused a fight. That causes a fight outside. It gets brought back up. It gets reignited outside. And now the girls are scrapping and they are fighting. And again, I feel like it's pressure to fight because really, are we really fighting over that? Like, are we really fighting over that? And to be honest, I'm on K Rican's side with that because I can't stand when somebody's like, don't vape in a bit. Y'all know I vape. I be up here vaping all the time. I know it's bad for me. You ain't got to tell me. At 1 + 1 = 2, bitch. Okay? But here's the thing. These are not cigarettes. They don't smell like cigarette smoke. They don't stick like cigarette smoke. If you're standing in this room right now with me and you're over there and it's not gonna affect you. I promise. Okay? This is not the 1980s with people smoking cigarettes on airplanes and in restaurants. Like, let's chill out, LCK. Alright? Don't be a lame. Just be cool. Shit. Now, Po Elsie, she can't save her life. She can't fight to save her life. Okay? Elsie is another one that can't fight. And Tavi, bless her heart, Tavi is trying to coach her. I gotta give Tabby the respect because as Elsie is fighting K Rican, I believe it is, Tabby is on the sidelines trying to coach her, telling her to swing, girl, swing. But I don't know what it is about LCK, but every time she fights, she just kind of like throws her body into the other person, just kind of like, and it's like, girl, swing. Put your fists up and swing. And that's what Tavy kept telling her. She's like, swing, girl, swing. But she just keeps falling into people. The people that she's fighting. Now, what is Russian Cream, a.k.a. Maya, because she looks like Maya to me. What is Russian Cream's issue with K. Rican? It's like all the girls were looking for reasons to fight to impress Madam Nun and Pimp Daddy Lim. And then we got Scotty over here. Just like Cupcake on Baddies Gone Wild. Scotty over here trying to get in the mix of everything. Talking about, what's wrong? What's wrong? Her and Summer both. Scotty and Summer both. Stay out of situations. Stay out of situations. Because when you get clocked upside the jaw, you're going to be looking crazy. When bitches get their jaw broke, is that teeth? Hello? Now, we see Natalie pull DTB aside. Natalie's like, DTB, let me show you your room. And what I call this is Natalie being manipulative, trying to kiss ass, get DTB on her good side, because a lot of these girls follow behind Natalie thinking, okay, if I follow behind Natalie and I'm loyal to her, she's going to get me into all these Hollywood parties and I'm going to be on the private jets and I'm going to be, shoulder to shoulder with all the celebrities. So Natalie tries to use her power and who she is and tries to leverage that through manipulation with these girls. And I think that's what she's doing right now with DTB. But DTB is smarter than that. So we see Natalie take DTB to her room, and she shows her room, which is a very nice room, by the way, where DTB has got a gym, a theater, her own bathroom, her own spa. I mean, this house is top tier. And Natalie tells DTB, she says, you want my job, but you can't have it. You can't have my job, Diamond. But Natalie goes on to say, but you will always have a job here. And she's talking to her like a child. Like, you'll always have a job here, okay? You're always going to work here. And what it translated to me was, like, don't worry. Be thankful. You're going to always be a reality star here on Baddies. You're going to always work with us, which I don't believe. They're going to kick Diamond to the curb whenever they get ready to kick Diamond to the curb. Now, Natalie says you're going to always have a job on Baddies. And DTB says in her confessional, which I wish she would have said this to Natalie's face and not in the confessional, but I see what DTB doing. She's playing chess, not checkers. I get it. DTB says in her confessional that she doesn't want Natalie's job and she doesn't have this aspiration to be a reality star like Natalie Nunn. She says, I came on Zeus to promote my music. And kudos to her, okay? Anybody that goes on these reality shows just to be a reality star, you're stupid. Because there's only very few people that can do that. A Kim Kardashian, a Nene Leakes, a New York, a Tammy Roman, the greats in reality TV, the Mount Rushmore girls of reality TV, they're the ones that have been able to create careers out of it. DTB, I admire what she says because she says, look, I'm not here to just be a reality star like you, Natalie. I'm not here to hop from show to show trying to pay my bills off each show. I am here to use this show as a platform to promote my music because I'm not a reality star only, I'm a rapper as well. And kudos to her because if you're going to go on a reality show, have a plan. Have a plan. What do you want to do? Do you want to promote your music? Do you want to be an actress? Do you have a skincare line or a makeup line that you're trying to promote? Have something ready so when the show airs, you can promote it. Don't rely on the checks from Zeus Network that's going to come once every 10 years. And speaking of Diamond, she's been having success with her music. Not only has she been having success with her music, she's got some catchy, good music. She's not like Mariah Lynn, where the music is trash. I mean, I can think of a couple of DTB songs. You know, oh, you bitches think you tough? Oh, you bitches think you tough? And then, who they want? DTB, DTB, DTB. Who they need? You know, I can name a few of them. And not only that, Diamond is also, this weekend, she performed at BET's All-Star Weekend. What other baddies are doing that? I gotta respect the hustle. I gotta respect how she's played this game. Okay? She knew what she was doing. Now we see Scotty go to her bedroom, and Scotty is so happy to have her own room. Notice how Scotty jumps on her bed and spreads those legs real wide. But you should have had your own room a long time ago, Scotty. If I was fucking on the boss, I'm gonna have my own house. And weren't you getting private jets chartered to your bookings, Scotty? Scotty was having club appearances, and Lemon Pepper was putting her on private jets, according to Rolly and Natalie, by herself. Not all the baddies, just Scotty and her little glam team or whatever. So if the coochie is that good, you didn't have your own room last season and the season before? It must not take much to make little Scotty happy. Now, we see Tavi, whatever her name is. She takes her name off her door and decides that she wants a new room. And what I notice is Baddies Africa, the same thing on Baddies Africa is going on Baddies Gone Wild. We've seen on Baddies Gone Wild where Daisy Dukes has gone and tried to take TT and Cupcake's bedroom. Well, on Baddies Africa, Tavi goes to the Big Three's room. Lex, Dolly, and Big Lex. I mean, Lex, Summer, and Bad Dolly. Tavi goes in there and she puts her name on their door, and she says, "I'm gonna room with y'all. I'm gonna room with y'all." But Dolly wasn't really feeling it. Summer and Lex didn't seem to have a problem with it. Dolly wasn't really feeling it at all. I like Tavi. I think she's going to be entertaining. But she is doing a lot in this moment. It does seem like pick-me behavior. It does seem like, look at me, put the camera on me. Hey, I'm over here, camera guy. That's what it does seem like. Now, meanwhile, LCK is still losing her mind and crashing the fuck out, okay? Yes, crashing the fuck out. And Ivory is trying to calm her down through all this. Ivory is like, and you know if Ivory is trying to calm you down, you doing a lot, okay? Ivory is like, chill, calm down, but Elsie is not feeling it. Elsie is not calming down. So Ivory arranges this fight for her. Ivory says, look, you're not going to calm down. Let me go get the girl that you want to fight so you can get this frustration out, okay? Because, you know, sometimes you got to crash out to prove yourself to a bitch that don't fuck with me. Sometimes you just got to, you know, I learned that from Medea a long time ago. Sometimes all it takes is you got to lose your mind one good time, and they won't fuck with you ever again. And listen, LCK may not be the best fighter, but I'd be scared to fuck with her because she's a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Now, Russian has an issue with K-Rican. Or is it Cold Killer? There's so many names I can't keep up. Russian has an issue with one of these girls. I forget which one it is. But one of these girls, either K-Rican or Cold Killer, tried jumping on Elsie. When Elsie was fighting earlier in the episode, LCK was fighting one of the girls early in the episode, and one of these other girls tried jumping in, okay? And Russian says, I feel like you're pretty much a punk for doing that. And I agree with her. I agree with her wholeheartedly, because my thing is, y'all just met. A lot of y'all girls just met one another. Why are we fighting for each other? Y'all just met one day ago. We already got loyalty like that. But one of the girls say that K-Rican is downstairs throwing up. Oh, it was what's her name? Fanya? Fanya says in her confessionals that K-Rican is downstairs throwing up, and it's wrong for Russian to be coming up here right now trying to confront her. That's what Fanya says. How do y'all feel about that? I don't care if you're throwing up, bitch. If you try jumping me, I don't give a shit if you're throwing up. Run me my fade. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a shit. So Russian ends up fighting Fanya for Rican, I believe. Yeah. It's either Rican or Cold Killer that she's fighting for, but I'm pretty sure it's Rican. And baby, listen. I think that they equally got hits in, but baby, Russian was swinging. Russian was there towards the end. And here's the thing, her little friend that she barely knows, Fanya, wants to come in and save her, and y'all don't even, I don't know, maybe they built a bond before filming, I don't know, but baby, once Russian got Fanya on the floor, once Russian got Fanya down there, Russian cream, I'm gonna be another one to look out for. I have a feeling we're gonna have some good fighters this season. Not the best fighters in the world, but some better fighters than we have had in the past. Now, Cold Killer versus Summer. We all know Summer can't fight, but we know Summer gonna fight anybody. She don't care. She ain't gonna back down, bitch. Summer would fight Godzilla if she had to. So we saw those two go at it. Who did y'all think took that home between Cold Killer and Summer? Now, Russian and Tavi, they talked to Cold Killer. The next day, they talked to her about choosing sides so early in the season, the way she was defending K-Rican the night before. And I agree with them when they were talking to her about that. They're like, we're only on day 1 or 2, and you already over here fighting for girls that you don't even know. Like, give it some time, give it a chance, because Cold Killer was over here talking about K-Rican's throwing up, leave her alone. Well, K-Rican wasn't throwing up when she was trying to jump people. Now, as Russian and Tavi are out there talking to Cold Killer about this whole situation, Summer and Dolly come out there to join them. And, they're talking, small talk, chit-chat, and Dolly tells Cold Killer that she looks different with makeup on because she can't see those black eyes that she's got. Shade. Shade, bitch. Shade, okay? And then, Cold Killer tries to say something back to Dolly, and before she can even say anything, bitch, Summer takes off on that ass. And I'm like, Summer, are you Dolly's lapdog? Are you all Dolly got to do is say, sick 'em, and you going to take off? Because Summer takes off on this girl, and I don't know if Summer had baby powder in her hands or what, but she's swinging on Cold Killer. Baby powder is going everywhere. I'm like, what is happening? This happened so fast. And then Summer, why are you fighting for Dolly? Dolly can't fight Cold Killer on her own. And again, why do you got baby powder? Listen, I'm confused. I'm just as confused as y'all are. It was obviously a setup. Dolly and Summer came up with that plan to go out there and attack that girl. It was a setup. Nobody can convince me otherwise. And Cold Killer, you gotta be quicker, yo, cause she's sitting there chilling, thinking we just gonna talk about this in the scene. No, baby, this ain't Real Housewives. You gotta have your head on a swivel. And as soon as they would have walked out there, I would have went ahead and had my stance ready. I would have had one leg up under my ass, ready to pounce up on a bitch. Okay, okay, baby. So, every episode ends with a fight, and this episode is no exception. So, this episode ends with this fight between Cold Killer and Summer, as Summer is taking off and defending her friend Dolly. What do y'all think about that? How do y'all feel about the big three this season? I feel like the big three are going to end up being the big three villains this season against all the new girls. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, but I would love to continue to recap this show with you. So make sure you tune in each and every week to the Baddies Africa after show and the Baddies Gone Wild after show, only on Damien After Dark. If you're not subscribed, click that subscribe button right down there. By clicking my name and my face, you'll see Damien After Dark right down there. Click that. It will take you to my page. Press subscribe, and I would truly appreciate it. Also, press the thumbs up button and like this video. That helps me get into the YouTube algorithm so more people like yourself can find me. And it's free to do. It's free to support. Thumbs up. That's it. That's all I ask. Okay? Now, if you want to take it a step further and donate to help me grow and sustain the Damien After Dark channel, in the description box below will be some ways that you can donate. PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, Amazon wishlist. It's all there, and I truly, truly, truly appreciate you guys. Make sure you go check out my Baddies Gone Wild recaps as well. We talk about it all over there. Thank you guys so much for your love and support, and we'll see you next time on Damien After Dark. See ya.